Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Like Butter, and today I am bringing you, I believe, my first Counter-Strike Global Offensive video where I actually do some commentary over the gameplay. I'm joined here with Pete, so what's up, man?
How's it going, guys? This is the first for both of us, so this will be interesting, I think. I'm gonna put my dog down.
We just kind of wanted to explain why we do things during certain rounds, because I know I have a lot of viewers and a lot of people who have just been coming to me for advice because they want to start playing Counter-Strike, but they're new. We're just here to kind of explain certain things and how to pretty much make you better. I think what we'll do is we'll do like a series of this and see how it goes, and if people want more, I'll continue to do more. So that was the first round, which is pistol round. We do a couple different things on pistol round. Usually we just armor up and push cat, or we can armor up and push B. Sometimes we do an A split, but we really don't do that much. And then obviously second round, the most important thing, if you win, is to get a bison, and we usually rush B if we have a B spawn. So right here was actually a huge mistake on our part. They got a really early smoke in B tons, which was good, but you know, Pete, what's the magic, you know, the #1 rule about smoke?
You don't rush through it ever. But
explain to them why as well.
Well, it's something to do. It's like lag compensation, right? So like when you walk through the smoke, on the other person's screen that's watching you, they will see you come through smoke before the smoke actually is done. You know, interfering with your vision. So like your body would pretty much be exposed and you'd still not be able to see. But the reason why Drew kind of pushed there is because in Counter-Strike it's really not good to commit to a push and then not commit to it. So like if he had to pull back, he would have like jeopardized more of us, I'd say, if he had to pull back. So it's best in Counter-Strike to just keep pushing forward. Like here on A, when we try to smoke out CT, we just push forward. And keep to it. Just try to get the site as quick as you can. Like that's really important in Counter-Strike, I think.
Right. This is one of our biggest problems that we've been working on.
Yeah, look, see the way we're stopping here?
We're kind of like delaying it, and the most important thing to do is to get on site like instantly. We need this right here. We're just wasting time. You see one get killed. This is a huge mistake. We've been trying to fix it. I get a nice shot there through the box, but the reason you want to get on site as soon as possible is because even if you go 1-for-1, it's worth it if you get site control. But the longer you wait, the longer you give them to kind of rotate. So, like, what would you say about like our A pushes that we need to improve on?
We seem to not allocate someone to watch long doors or anything like that. It just needs to be someone kind of randomly makes that decision themselves, which isn't a good thing. Now, all of this stuff we're saying, guys, is because like we play with pretty much the same team every time, so it's like that's the #1 thing you should get together before you start playing Counter-Strike, is probably just get a team together. But instead of going off track, I'll just get back. We usually don't allocate someone to watch long doors or just the long area itself. We're kind of too worried about what's in CT instead of just smoking and pushing. That's our biggest flaw, is just getting there, because when we get there, then we can kind of see if they're on plat or cat or anything like that.
Right. And if you're not familiar with any of the callouts, there are some videos like on the internet that you can check it out. We only play Dust 2 right now. We do play like Inferno once in a while and sometimes Nuke, but we're not that comfortable with those maps yet. There's how that bucket got there. Did you see that? It rolled to the top of the ramp, or to the top of pit. The thing that was kind of cool is because you were talking about teamwork there. Did you notice how in the beginning of that last round we were kind of throwing each other like guns and like making sure everyone had the gun that they wanted while not spending too much money in the process?
Yeah.
So that's one thing you can't do when you play solo. So I suggest you guys play with a team and stick with that team. You know, we usually stick with what would you say, like the same 4 people every single time, pretty much. It's always me, you, and it'd be either Slippery Nerve and Justin, or you know, whoever else.
We're switching out like 2 other people. It's like, yeah, usually the 5th is a variable, which doesn't matter too much.
Right, because it's a lot easier for someone to kind of get put in a spot and then like be able to like play that spot rather than having everyone going in different directions. Like, we already have set spots.
And if they're new, you can just give them the instruction of what your other teammate did. Just tell them to go watch this, and that can be the least they do. And that's huge. Just watching somewhere and shouting out a call out is so important. So, like, even doesn't seem like that much effort, but it's actually pretty huge. So.
This is actually a really important thing when planning A. I think I had a chance to save you here, but I was really off with the op this day. But it's very important. If you saw, Pete planted the bomb in the corner of sight so that I can basically sit here and pit, and they can never defuse the bomb. See, I actually could have saved you right there, and I missed a couple shots. Like I said, I was off. But here's the thing what I do when I'm in pit. When I know where the bomb's planted, I can constantly go back and forth and just play with them. The only way they're going to be able to defuse the bomb is if they kill me first. So if I'm constantly just toying with them, it buys us time, and, you know, they can't defuse if I got vision of them. The only way they can really do that is if they smoke me off, which most of the time, you know, they're not going to have smokes at that point in the round.
And you can just reposition, because he's going to be sitting in one spot, so you have time to move.
Exactly. So we're going to go right into like a little bit later of a round. I believe this is the round where someone dies long doors and we're trying to figure out how to get to the bomb. And we make a really good push here. It's a 3v2. And it's, or excuse me, this is a different round. This is the round we had the guy stuck in pit. I don't know if you remember this, but you guys were telling me, like, you know, go, push. There's not much time. Because remember, when you're on terrorist, guys, you have to either kill their whole team or, you know.
Where Slippery said, dude, there's no time, and it was like 5 seconds.
Right.
I remember that.
So I pick up the AK because I know it's going to be close quarters, and someone already called out that he was low. So I actually got that kill with 1 second left and then picked the op back up. That's another thing that we should stress to newer players about how important it is grabbing guns after the round. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Say that again. Sorry.
Like grabbing the guns after the rounds are over, like the most expensive guns.
Pretty much, guys, like after a round is done, right, like, you know, after the scoreboard comes up, you have a little bit of time to run around. So that's your time that you get to scavenge guns and stuff. Even if you feel like you're fully geared, if a gun is more expensive than yours, grab it. Like, if you see an op on the ground, grab it, because somebody on your team might want to op. If you see an AK on the ground, you have an M4, grab it, because the AK has like an armor shedding ability. Pretty much, it's like one shot to the head, even with Kevlar and helmet on. So that's huge. Like, just grabbing weapons, and then if you don't want it, you can just, you know, they can just drop it and buy the weapon you want. So it's really not that big of a deal.
Right, it's so much better just to grab an op and give it to, look at that, dude, that guy got screwed right there. I think someone made a good call out saying last guy's on cat, so I figured he'd be in that corner. But it's so important to, like, grab the op and give it to a teammate, then make him spend 4,700, you know, because you're most likely going to have money since you survived, so you can just buy an AK for yourself if you wanted to keep the AK. So here's a round where it looks like I'm kind of sneaking towards B, or if it's a B push, I can't really tell because I have the UI off. But I think this was like one of those situations where we make a really good rotation. I notice our rotations are actually really, really good. Sometimes we'll push.
This is a mid through B, right? Looks like it.
Yeah, I think that's what we decided. Watch, yep. So I'm going to basically throw that smoke, so it smokes CT, so they don't know where we're really pushing. Dude, that was so sick. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I threw the bomb to you. It was like a handoff. So we realize that there's not too many at B, so we decide to go mid to B. We see that B site's clear, and I think this is the round where we're trying to tell Justin where to plant the bomb, and you're the one who actually taught me about this spot, so I'll let you explain it. Why to plant the bomb so that you can see it from tons. You're gonna see this in a second.
Yeah. Justin's getting right. There's like 5 of us shouting at him like of where to plant it, and he was getting so confused and flustered because he's new, and that's fair enough. I was like that. I'm still like that at some points, but pretty much where Drew is shooting right now is where you want to plant the bomb, and the reason being is because you can watch the bomb from B tons, and someone coming through double doors or window can't see you. So pretty much you can just toy with them until they go to try and defuse them. You can hear when they defuse, so you can like push out then when they try to do that. Even if they fake, you can just sit back and they can't actually kill you. So.
Right, it's basically cat and mouse. There's actually another reason why you do that, which I'm not sure if you even know this, Pete, but for some reason through smokes you can see the corner of boxes. So if like you can use the corner of the boxes to kind of figure out where the smoke is, even if they smoke it off. Like, they can throw a smoke directly on that corner, and you'll still be able to see the corner of the boxes through the smoke. So if you can see the corners of the boxes through the smoke, you can kind of see them without even, you know, needing to see them, if you know what I mean. Because you can, like, basically figure out exactly where the bomb's planted. So that's just really important, like Pete was saying, like the whole cat and mouse thing. Remember, once you have the bomb planted as terrorists, especially if they don't have a kit, you can just constantly toy with them. And a good way to counter that is to obviously fake it. As you can see, I made a bad play there, and this is your clutch. Yeah, right. This is where we almost messed up. We kind of stayed too bunched up on site, and people just started getting picked off.
Oh, I love that. And I got the op for somebody. Yeah, see the way, guys, like, that's iterating what we were talking about earlier. I picked up the op even though I don't use it, so I can throw it to somebody that does use it.
Right, that spray too, my god. So good. Alright, but this was just when we turned to CT, I wanted to show the first couple of rounds. It's actually, I'm going to let this run for about 3 rounds here, just to show a couple different things. Me and Pete actually run B, and we run it pretty well. You're going to see me make we're actually both going to make a pretty bad mistake here. I figured the mid rush, since they tried smoking CT off, and this gun that I have isn't made to do what I just tried to do. That would be something I'd try with like a USP, but it probably would have been more beneficial to maybe even push through double doors. And that was just a misplay on our half. But me and you, we do very well at B. Like, what do you think? Like, we usually have the same strat every time we, like, you know, one of us will smoke. You want to explain it a little bit?
Yeah, pretty much what me and Drew do, right? We usually get B spawn, like the side of B spawn, me and you, for some reason. The game just does that. But pretty much what it will be, me and Drew will both buy smokes, flash, nade, whatever, and whichever one of us is in front when we're heading to B will smoke the B tons first, and that means that Drew has time to set up and establish himself on plat. And then I can, like, kind of monitor between mid and B and just listen out for the enemy in tons and see if they're pushing mid or whatever. And so the reason we smoke it is because most teams won't push through smoke. Some teams, when they're desperate, will, like, do something like a P90 rush where they'll all equip P90s and just push through and just hope and get lucky, which works sometimes because the P90 is kind of broken. But yeah, smoking B seems to be it has a huge success rate for both of us anyways.
Right, every round we grab a smoke each, so that it basically, what it does is it buys us time to figure out where they're going.
Yeah, I think I'm done buying or just sticking with the USP though. I'm done with it. I think I'm just gonna go P250 from now on. Just, yeah, it's too slow. I know it's paced. I can't handle it, because sometimes, like, someone will push me and I kind of panic, and I'd like to, like, have those few shots that I'm able to panic with, and then, you know, try and stable up then. But yeah, go on.
Well, that's what Slippery does with the 5.7. He just sprays it because it's got such a huge clip. But let's talk a little bit about why you save. Like, as you saw in that round, I don't know if you noticed, but we actually saved, and we overloaded B a little bit. They smoked mid, and so what we did is Slippery came to B, and we kind of killed them with pistols. So the reason that saving is so important is, one, that it saves money, and we're, like, playing around here. We're, like, showing each other like skins and stuff. Yeah. But the reason you do it is because it's almost like you have everything to gain and nothing to lose. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're always constantly going to have like a chance at getting a gun that's better than yours. So why don't you talk a little bit about why saving is, like, so important?
Well, saving is important because, you know, you want those vital, like, pieces of equipment. So just say, like, if you were buying, like, an expensive gun, that means you wouldn't be able to have armor or grenades or something. So, like, sacrificing you know, like, sacrificing your gun for a grenade can be vitally important depending on what you want to do. Like, just say you in particular are broken, your teammates can kind of buy, like, something like SMGs, and you decide to all push long. You could be the one that buys the smoke to push past CT. So, like, that could be the way you could make use of your saving. And then the next round, if you win that round, you can then go ahead and purchase whatever assault rifle you want, or sniper or whatever.
Right, it's all economy based. You guys got to remember that. Like, you always want, and this is another reason why we stress to play with a team. You want to make sure your whole team's on the same pretty much the same scale of buying weapons. Like, you don't want one person buying and then, like, the rest of the team not buying, because you have to be, like basically you have to be on the same page as each other. So that's really important. I think we should do these more often and maybe like go through gameplays and maybe even make it a series out of it. Yeah. Talk about like, you know, call it like Counter-Strike breakdowns as we get better.
I think it's especially interesting because we're at that stage where we're still learning. Like, guys, you got to understand, we're not preaching at you. We're just kind of teaching what we're learning as we're learning it. I find that that's more interesting than someone who's like at that amazing level, who tries to remember what his experience was like when he was starting off, because he's gonna like try to tell you to do something that's, you know, out of your
skill range.
Out of your skill range, and you're just kind of like, it sounds simple, but it's not as simple as it sounds. So with our, like, we've only been playing what, like a month, like really hardcore, like a month.
If that, maybe I'd say like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah. We've just been playing Dust 2. We played a bit of Inferno and Nuke and stuff like that. But like, we're getting really good. Like, there's been a huge improvement all across our squad in the past couple of weeks. So like, yeah, I think this series would be interesting if it gets going. So
yeah, we'll be knocking on MG real soon, like the gold AK rank. I'm almost there. I think I need one more win for Nova 4, and then that will be the next rank, and then you should be getting your Nova 3 super soon. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop the video a like. These videos do take a lot of work. Like, I pretty much have to go through the theater mode and like pull everything out and then like edit it together and send it to Pete. It takes a lot of work. So you got anything any last words, Pete?
No, just thanks for having me on, dude. It's I think it's interesting that we're doing other stuff, like other games apart from Gears together, especially Counter-Strike. There's something about it that just, it has my interest at the moment, that I'm just like full on dedicated, wanting to learn it and stuff. So I think this will be a good time.
Right, and I like how you say, like, in the moment, yeah, like, I feel us playing this for a long time.
Yeah, so. I think so too.
Alright, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Take care.